Hello everyone, welcome back to another session breakdown video, this time for my track Rising Tides. And if you haven't done so already, it would mean a lot if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, maybe give a thumbs up or leave something in the comment section to let me know if you are enjoying these. Okay, so I'm opening up this session as I always do, kind of for the first time in months, basically ever since I got sent off for mastering. So if I think of any stories that come to mind, I'll let you know. So I feel like this is kind of fresh for me. Um, so the one thing I will tell you before we begin, this was originally meant to be the second single I was going to release. But then I wrote Four Corners kind of not so much last minute, but it came together quite quickly, and I felt as though that would Four Corners would have been a nice follow up to Signs, just because they were so different in terms of genre of music that I wanted to kind of just show that off, I guess. And then I wasn't actually too happy with the mix I done first time around for Rising Tides, and I ended up spending like $200 getting it mastered by some fella that worked like Bruno Mars and Pharrell. I think I was just doing it for a bit of credit. Um, but then even looking back over that master sent back to me, I just wasn't happy with it. It wasn't their fault. It was just my shitty mix. So after I released Four Corners, I revisited this mix, and part of me was actually going to scrap the song altogether, but I kept it, and then I re-recorded some parts, cleaned some parts up, and then I got it sent off to mastering with Neil. And this is probably the first track where Neil had to send me a few revisions. And again, it's not Neil's fault. It's just I was quite picky on some parts of this track. So a lot of effort actually went into this, and it was quite time consuming. But I'm happy with the finished product. So let's play a small bit of the track first, so you can hear it, and then we'll get stuck in. Okay, if you want to listen to the full track, you can look it up on Spotify, YouTube, and any form of streaming platform really. So let's look at the drums first. The first thing I'd like to say, by the way, I'm so happy Pro Tools have these folders. Um, it's been a long time coming. I think they introduced it like last November or something, but it's so bloody handy, and it just makes the track count a lot less overwhelming. So also I love the dark mode skin that they have going on. It's a bit easier on the eyes because working with like a bright screen for long hours just it's not fun. Okay, drums. We have a lot of drums going on here. We got a lot of layers of electronic drums, so I'm going to solo each drum individually so you can hear what's going on. That's drum one. This one's called rim drum. Then I have a high pass drum apparently. I don't know if that can be heard. Maybe it's a bit low down in the mix. You should be able to hear it. And then some simple electronic kicks. And then in context with all of that together, it probably sounds like a mess on its own, but it works really well within the track. Actually, no, it sounds relatively tasteful. Okay, and then we have the acoustic drums, which again I'm using GGD Gecko drums because they sound class. And let's hear what they sound like. And then we have a section where the drums get quite gritty. So I'll play this here. This section here was kind of inspired by, I was listening to a lot of Massive Attack. Not that it sounds anything like Massive Attack, but I just love that Massive Attack incorporate a lot of kind of grit to their stuff, and it's kind of dark. And I felt like this would have been this was a cool kind of break between the introduction section and outro section. And to make it all gritty, I used my Echo Boy, which sounds class, and then I bumped up the saturation just to give it, again, a bit more juice. And I use a beatbox killer preset. For all the electronics, I use the stock Pro Tools plugin, and these sound class. Yeah, there's like hundreds of different sample libraries in there. So that's that for the drums. Let's move on to the piano, which is very little going on. Let's solo this. And then piano 1. See, there's not much piano going on. I think I obviously put it in there just for layers and textures. So let's play that piano part there in context with the mix. Yeah, just there for kind of ambient layers and a bit of texture. Moving on to the bass, I've seemed to split the bass into 2 sections. Yeah. I was actually the one thing that actually made me want to scrap my mix for the first time around is I was not happy with the bass, and when I got sent off for master, Neil advised me to turn it down and take a bit of mud out, and he was absolutely correct. I was actually looking elsewhere for problems, but I realized it was the bloody bass that was giving me all the issues that made me want to scrap this fucking song. So let's listen to the bass on its own. To be honest, it's not that flattering. I don't think I recorded it too well, but it works within the mix. So that's looped for a bit, and then we have the bass down here, which just kind of does hits. And then in context with the mix, so you can hear it. And then we just have held notes, and then we have this bass part, which I kind of bumped up by just nearly 2 dB. I love that kind of shit. It sounds so good with drums. Just gives it a bit more like oomph. Okay, let's keep moving on. Okay, now we have chimes. Chimes? Chimes. I think I mispronounced that. Oh well. This is another thing that I actually forgot about. It's just another layer of texture. So when you hear it within the track, it sounds very subtle but pretty cool. Okay, and then the last part, the main show, is the electric guitar. Jesus, there's a lot of fucking guitar tracks. I don't remember recording all these guitars. Right, let's break this down. We have a Moon guitar, which I'm using this free sample library from Spitfire Audio called Moon Guitar Ensemble. So let's see what that sounds like. That's all that's going on there. That's on loop for a lot of the track. Then this intro guitar. Yeah, it's cool. It gives a lot of kind of a warble effect. I think it was actually pushing the neck of my guitar to kind of give off that warble effect as well. So I'm using, again, as always, this Archetype plugin by Neural DSP by Pellini. Is that how you pronounce his name? I think I fuck it up in every session breakdown, how to pronounce his name. Okay, let's keep moving on. Then we have this guitar here. That part sounds kind of cool. Like, I didn't record it the best, but then in context with the mix, it just kind of works, so I just left it. I didn't want to redo it. So as we go through this, there's just a lot of guitars kind of slapped all over the place, doing different things and kind of different forms of textures. Actually, you know, it'd be cool. I think I might just solo just the guitars on their own, so you can hear it all, to hear what they're all doing. I actually noticed some of the guitars are actually out of tune, but I feel like it kind of works in a way. Also, the song's out already, so I can't fucking do anything about it. Um, okay, let's see what else we have here. I'll just solo all the guitars so you can hear the outro section as well. So yeah, I kind of treat the guitars in this song as the main melody because it's an instrumental song, and each part kind of shows its shines through at different sections. So that's basically the breakdown of this track, Rising Tides. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should mention. Um, no, that's basically it. I feel as though I hope you enjoy these session breakdown videos as much as I do. Um, yeah, see you next time.